Have you ever scrolled through the news or your social media feed and felt your moods swing wildly with every headline? One moment, a piece of good news makes you feel hopeful. The next, a story of disaster makes you feel anxious. We're constantly reacting, labeling every event as good or bad, and our peace of mind is thrown around like a ship in a storm. But what if there was a wiser way to see the world? This is a story about the true nature of fortune and misfortune, and the profound wisdom of not judging a moment too quickly. On the rugged borderlands of an ancient empire lived an old farmer and his son. They had little to their name but a small plot of land, a humble house, and a single strong horse. The horse was their most prized possession. It plowed their fields, pulled their cart, and was the key to their survival. One morning, the son went to the stable and found it empty. The gate was broken. The horse was gone. Soon, the news spread throughout the small village. The farmer's neighbors came to his house to offer their sympathy. "Oh, what terrible luck," they said, shaking their heads. "Your only horse is gone. How will you ever manage? This is a disaster." The old farmer listened patiently, his face as calm as the ancient mountains. He simply replied, "Maybe." The neighbors were baffled by his strange response and left, whispering about the old man's sorrow. A week later, the villagers awoke to the sound of thunderous hoofbeats. They looked out to see the farmer's horse returning from the wild mountains, and following behind it was a herd of 12 magnificent, untamed horses. The neighbors rushed back to the farmer's house, their faces beaming with excitement. "What incredible luck!" they shouted. "Not only did you get your horse back, but now you have 12 more. You are a rich man. This is a blessing." The old farmer stood beside his son, watching the beautiful wild horses. He calmly replied, "Maybe." The next day, the farmer's son, full of youthful confidence, began the difficult task of taming the wild horses. He was a skilled rider, but one of the stallions was fiercely powerful. It bucked and reared, throwing the son violently to the ground. The sound of the fall was followed by a sharp crack. His leg was badly broken. Once again, the villagers came to the farmer's house, their faces filled with pity. "Your son, your only help, is injured," they lamented. "Such awful luck. This blessing has turned into a curse. First you are lucky, then you are unlucky. Your fortune is truly terrible." The old farmer, tending to his son's injury, looked at them with the same unwavering calm. Maybe. A few weeks later, the emperor's army marched into the village. A great war had begun, and every able-bodied young man was being conscripted and sent to the front lines. The villagers wept as their sons were taken away, knowing that the battle was fierce and few would ever return. The soldiers came to the old farmer's house and saw his son with his badly broken leg, unable to walk. They turned and left him behind. That evening, the neighbors came to the farmer's house, their eyes red with tears for their own lost sons. They whispered to the old farmer, "You were right. Your son was not taken. His injury, which we called a curse, has saved his life. You have the most incredible luck." The old farmer, sitting with his son and watching the sunset paint the mountains in hues of orange and purple, simply looked at his neighbors and said one last time, "Maybe." The lesson: Life is a vast and interconnected story, and we are only ever seeing one page at a time. What appears to be a blessing today may be the seed of tomorrow's challenge, and what feels like a disaster today may be the very thing that saves you tomorrow. A lost job can lead you to discover your true passion. A painful breakup can open the door to a more profound love. A failure can teach you a lesson you needed to learn to achieve a far greater success. Wisdom is not in labeling events as good or bad. Wisdom is in accepting each moment as it comes, with patience and trust, knowing that you never see the full picture. This is Narratives of Wisdom, a reminder that the story of your life is still being written. Don't be so quick to judge the chapter you are in today. So we ask you, can you think of a time when bad luck in your own life turned out to be a blessing? Let us know in the comments below. And for more stories that teach us the wisdom of patience, subscribe and join our community. Your journey continues.